Are aliens real?
They're real, but I haven't seen them. And
Were they, I guess, human or non-human biologics?
Non-human, and that was the assessment of people with direct knowledge on the program I talked to.
A member of our government has told you and others, I guess, that there is a form of alien life and machinery which maybe brought this living creature here that interacted in some form with people?
Yeah.
Yeah, what up YouTube? It's your man J Boogie Boogs, the Puerto Rock that don't stop, looking for aliens. Now I don't know if any of y'all have heard, but there are aliens now on the scene. I'm talking about official tissue aliens. So I don't know if any of y'all watch the news like that, but on Fox, I'm not sure whatever channel it is, we about to watch it, they literally came out and said some crazy shit about aliens are real and UFOs, UAPs, whatever you want to call them, are also real. So all these people that been claiming they've been seeing things in the sky and witnessing reptiles and all of this shit is actually real? That's what you're trying to tell me right now. So we're gonna watch one of these actual news clips, and then we're gonna watch also a couple of these UFOs because they look crazy. And these are officially released by our government. The same government that claimed that these weren't real at some point in time. But people always had like a little thing like, it's bullshit. We know that there's something out there with all the planets and the universe as vast as it is. You're gonna tell me there's no other life forms out there? That is absurd. So let's get into this news clip, shall we? We may not watch the whole thing because I don't want to bore y'all. So let's watch.
We are not alone. The Pentagon released the UFO files a few weeks back, and we just found out over 1 billion people have visited the site. 1 billion. It's got to be a record.
People
care. The War Department says more files will be released soon.
Okay.
UFO experts and top researchers have been investigating aliens for years. Their sources say dozens of crashed UFOs have been recovered, and what they found inside, shocking.
Do people think that there's one type of non-human intelligence that's visiting the Earth, or is there many, many types?
People who have been involved in recoveries have said
there are at least 4 types, 4 separate types.
4?
Now, I have not had direct access to that, but I believe the people who I talked to.
4 different types of life.
So it's not real.
Types of life.
4 different species of aliens. Another scientist called them Greys, Nordics, Insectoids, and reptilians. All of them have 2 arms and 2 legs, just like us.
Okay.
Experts speculate the reptilians are scaly with long tails, like a lizard.
Okay.
Insectoids look like a praying mantis. The Greys look like your classic movie alien, and the Nordics look like a regular Swedish guy, but 7 feet tall. We haven't seen the evidence, but Pete Hegseth says more evidence is coming. And there are a lot of believers in Congress.
I don't know.
I have seen evidence in a skiff that leads me to believe there are things we cannot explain, and I have observed things that are of non-human origin and creation. That's my opinion.
Releasing the files isn't easy. They've been hidden for years, and a lot of people want to keep it that way.
Yeah. The problem we have right now is the deep state's fighting the president on release, and he kept his word, and I suspect some of our not so friendly comrades and some of our alphabet agencies are slow walking a lot of the information. It's about power, it's about control, and that's kind of what runs Washington.
I don't know.
So why is our own government fighting so hard to keep these secret? Well, 12 scientists have either gone missing or died.
Y'all know about that?
We don't know if that's related, but people are scared to talk.
One I thought was going to do an interview, and then a couple days before sent me a message saying, after further consideration and long talks with my wife, I decided I'd be forfeiting my life if I participated in your interview.
What?
And I thought that was like very unsettling
Yeah.
message to get, obviously, but also
Forfeiting your
very
life.
specific word choice, you know, forfeiting my life.
Word.
Dan Fair is the director and producer of The Age of Disclosure, the film that started to shake loose the UFO files. All right, Dan, what have you heard about these different breeds of alien life?
This is crazy.
Look, a number of the people I interviewed in my film, senior intelligence officials, went on the record saying that there have been dozens of crashed craft of non-human origin over the years, and elements of our government have recovered those crashes, and they've gotten out of that technology of non-human origin, and in some cases, non-human bodies that were on these craft. A number of the people in my film go on the record saying that the bodies were not all the same type, meaning
those are
there were
bodies?
Species.
Were the bodies alive or were they dead?
Those weren't people. Aliens, I mean.
The people in my film talked about events where they were dead bodies. They were deceased bodies.
Okay. And there's a lot of speculation about the amount of UFO information we've been given on this first tranche. We expected more. We know there is more. Why do you think people inside the government are fighting so hard to release more?
Yeah, so the president gave his directive in middle of February, essentially instructing all federal agencies to declassify evidence of non-human intelligent life and UAP. What happened after that is the White House had to go get that evidence out of the hands of all these federal agencies, and they all for the most part pushed back. The people who have gatekept this information for 80 years, they don't want to share it. You know, they've gotten a lot of power and control over the years, and it's just frankly not human nature for people to want to give up power and control. So there's a tug of war happening behind the scenes. There are a number of other reasons guiding their desire to keep this secret, including a general belief that the public can't handle the truth. I would argue the public can handle the truth. I think my film shows that. People aren't watching it and jumping out of windows. They're curious and they want to learn more. There's also a general feeling that, a concern that they can't tell the American public what they know and don't know without also telling our adversaries and giving them some sort of advantage. But I think that that's not really accurate.
That's crazy.
I think our adversaries know we're not alone in the universe. They know
they just land in the United States
technology,
or crash land here?
Saying it out loud wouldn't give them any new information.
So stupid.
Is there
Those base
also,
facts can be shared.
like, the credibility factor? You know, this is a government that's lied to us about a lot of things for a lot of years, and this was one of the big ones. You were called crazy if you even suggested anything like this.
See?
And now they're releasing files admitting that it was actually real. Are they trying to protect themselves, their own credibility?
Yeah, there's certainly an element of that. I mean, no one wants to take accountability. You know, a lot of people's lives were ruined over the years covering this up. A lot of careers were ruined. And, you know, one of the other concerns people who involved in keeping the secret have is the fact that they're worried about coming forward, sharing evidence they have, and then being punished for it, being treated like criminals. You know, and so there are members of Congress right now who are trying to put together amnesty language to give protections to these people so they can step forward more comfortably.
If they did end up releasing an image or a video of non-human life recovered from a craft, and they put that out there, what do you think the public reaction would be?
I mean, truthfully, I think this day and age, with the rise of AI, half the country would probably think it's an AI image and not real. That's why I think, you know, my film has moved the needle, because it's credible people putting their reputations on the line to share what they legally can, and there's real stakes to that. You know, I think it makes much more of an impact these days when we live in a time where everyone thinks everything they see online is fake.
Of course.
Do you think the president's a believer? This weekend he posted an image of himself walking down the tarmac with an alien.
Yeah. He's such a jerk off.
Yeah. Look, I think he's learned the reality of the situation, that we're not alone in the universe. And, you know, I think this disclosure process is happening because he's put it in motion. I know, I just heard today from friends on the House Committee to Declassify Federal Secrets that there will be another 40 or so UAP videos declassified in the next 30 days.
40?
On top of that, key members of the cabinet are aggressively trying to find the most meaningful evidence within the federal agencies and branches of the military, so they can then decide what of that evidence can safely be declassified. And there's, you know, this is going to be a rolling process. It's going to be a rolling disclosure process.
I mean, we're seeing a video right now on the screen. I expect to see better quality videos. We've been
Please.
hearing stories about craft that right degree angle, you know, things that just you can't even conceptualize flying that way. It's a humbling experience for the human race.
That looks like a star.
That has to be a major issue here, almost a religious issue.
Could be.
Yeah, look, some people say they worry it would negatively impact religion. I don't really personally see that. I think that all the world's religions will sort of fit this into their existing dogma in one way or another. And
Maybe.
yeah, I think a lot of these arguments that society can't handle the truth and we're all going to be too shook up by this, I don't think that holds up at this day and age.
No, well, this presidency has been the age of disclosure, and I think we should just keep it going. The more we know,
Absolutely.
I think we just have to follow the truth wherever it leads us. Everybody watch The Age of Disclosure. It is eye-opening, to say the least. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Be sure to like.
So what's interesting is there's a movie coming out, Age of Disclosure or something, and it's about aliens. And it's funny how life mimics the movies, or the movies mimic life. I'm not sure how that works, but all of a sudden, aliens are real or supposedly real. I'm not really sure what they saying, because they saying is real, but then it's like a he said thing. So all this information is given in a skiff, so it's like not in the courtroom, behind the scenes. The big dogs get to talk and actually show videos, and it's a select few amount of people who get to watch these videos. All right, so I'm actually one of those people who are on the list. No, I'm such a liar that is not true, but I really am interested in this alien since I was a little kid. I've always been interested in this. It's fascinating. I'm talking about from E.T., Close Encounters. I've always been fascinated with the whole alien thing. There's something about it, to me, I think is real. I just think, look, I don't know if y'all know the Drake equation, and it's not the rapper Drake, all right? But so with the amount of stars and planets that are out there in the sky, there has to be life out there, right? We cannot be the only ones. The thing that bugs me out is, say these people did travel from real far away, right? You're gonna tell me they fucked up when they got here and crashed? So y'all made it all those miles, fine. There's asteroids, there's quasars, galaxies, planets, meteors, everything up there in space. And y'all navigated that perfectly fine. But then when y'all got to Earth, y'all hit a windmill? So somebody needs to clear that up. So I would like to show some of you guys these aliens. There's 4 types, and they're kind of bugged out. And you'll understand why I said bugged out in a second. So here we have 4 types of aliens. The first one is your classic gray. Now this is the alien that everybody has been seeing for the past 60, 70 years. And they got the weird ass head, the big eyes, no nose, a little ass mouse, and just your classic alien. And then we have your Nordics, which they look like straight up white people. And I don't mean like peach fair skin, I mean white. Their hair's white, their skin white, even their clothes, their outfit, their space attire is white, all right? And then we have the reptilians. Now, I've been hearing about these dogs for a long time, and I can't call them dogs because they're aliens. So I've been hearing about the reptilians, the reptiles, for a really long time. Supposedly, they've been in the government and all of this. You can see their eyes occasionally flicker back and forth, and they morph into their alien form every once in a while, which I don't know. And then we have our nightmare fuel insectoids, which they dead ass look like a big praying mantis, scary as you can possibly get. So what are you to do if you encounter one of these 4 species of aliens? You run your ass off. That's what you do. So if y'all are still rocking with me, I would like to show you one of these aliens that I think is an alien. I think that somebody caught one of these aliens actually going through one of their transformations, and let's peep.
The strange behavior of a woman during a press conference in the Oval Office of the White House has gone viral on social media, with many asking, who is she? It's Susan Dell, the wife of billionaire and Dell CEO Michael Dell. The couple recently donated more than $6 billion to fund American children.
Yo, did you see Shorty's face? You gonna tell me that wasn't an alien? Or wicked dose of Adderall? I have no idea, but to me, that's borderline alien species. I don't think she's human. What if aliens are us from the future? Sometimes that's what I actually think. I don't think they're aliens from another planet. I think they're us from the future. Something happened on this earth. Something got fucked up on this earth and we transform into something else. Just imagine if the sun was to just go away, all right? If we were to survive, we would evolve into something else. Our eyes may blow up because we need more sunlight, all right? Maybe our noses would disappear and we don't need to eat, so our mouths would kind of go away and then we can communicate telepathically. Do you see how much of a space cadet I am? This is something I've been thinking about for 5 decades. So since I was a baby, I always knew that I was an alien.
Is he though?
I think he actually is.
So what do you think about this UFO debacle? Don't forget that there was like 10 scientists that disappeared who were actually working on stuff like this, and even stuff more bugged out than that. I'm talking about multiple universes and all of that kind of crazy shit. Even people like Neil deGrasse Tyson, he's backpedaling on this alien thing. All right, and that's crazy because for years he's been beating up people talking about aliens are real. No, they're not. He got the famous thing about, okay, if you get abducted, then I want you to steal an alien ashtray and then give it to us. Like, now you sound like an asshole talking about aliens are maybe real. So something is going on and I'm not quite sure what it is. So it's been your man J Boogie Boogs, and I'm going to continue to be out of this world, just like this video. So if you did like it or me or whatever, then come chill with me on other videos. So you have to subscribe, you have to like, you have to actually hit the notification bell so when I drop a video, you can watch it. And they're not all as crazy as this one, but most of them are crazier, maybe, possibly, because your boy's nuts. But anyway, I hope all of y'all have a fantastic evening, day, morning, or whatever time it is by you. And don't forget to keep your eyes aimed at the skies, because there are aliens up there flying around. Be good, y'all. I'll catch you on the next video. You heard? 1000.